Welcome to Lives Behind the Numbers, a podcast mini-series from the Dutch Ministry of Finance. My name is Gijs Bos and I'm the current PR manager for the ministry and also the host for this mini-series. In this series, we are addressing the reality of the Toeslagenaffaire, also known as the childcare benefit scandal that wrongfully accused thousands of families of fraud. Today, this episode is part of our commitment to listen, learn and take responsibility. To move forward, we need to understand the affected families, not just in reports or statistics, but in actual people's lives. Joining me today is someone who works directly with those who are affected, Louise Vellekoop. She's active at Wijk Teams Arnhem and she supports affected families as they rebuild their lives after this affair. Louise, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Can you start telling us a bit about yourself and how you became involved in helping the families impacted by the affair?
Yeah, I'm Louise Vellekoop and I worked from 2015 as a social worker for this region, Arnhem. And there was a new job and I applied and they said, okay, you can do it. So that was in January, so I started. And with my experience from the past years, it was for me like, we hope you can do this job. But it's a difficult one.
Yes, I can imagine. Yeah. Well, it's one thing to read only about these cases in the media, but it's totally another thing to sit face to face with a parent whose life was turned upside down because of this affair. Could you maybe share a story that helped you realize how serious this affair really was?
Yeah, of course, yeah. There are a lot of stories and every story is different. But to understand it, I could tell you one story. It was like from a person, a young woman in her early 20s who had one child. She was married. She had applied for the tax, for the child support tax, and then she got the message that she had to pay everything back. She could not, when she tried to phone them, she could not deliver the documents. So she had a large debt, and it's like a shame in her culture. She didn't tell her husband, she didn't tell her parents, and she tried to work very hard to pay everything back. Her husband found out and he said, I can no longer trust you. So it ended in a divorce. Then she worked 2 jobs and her child was always with other people. He didn't see his mother, so it affected their bonding. And when she got a new husband, he could not understand what she's been through, like all the stress of the hard work, the shame. She was traumatized, and that causes her nervous system to shut down in conversation. So the new marriage also had problems. The child is now 15. He's very anxious when his mother goes away, always says, where are you going? Don't leave me. She's been through a lot of help, treatment for her mental illness and also the boy, but it still doesn't result in a better outcome. So the new marriage is also affected. She has also 2 new children, and her mindset is like, I have to work. We cannot go on vacation because we have to have a lot of money on the bank, because when we don't have money, something can happen, and then we cannot pay our bills. And so this is very anxious. She's very anxious. She has a lot of stress. Yeah, that's like one story, a short story.
Yeah, and a heartbreaking story.
Yeah.
So many of the affected families, as is known, came from immigrant backgrounds.
Yeah.
Just like your story as well.
Yeah.
Have you seen more issues like discrimination or bias from your role in helping the affected people?
Yeah, it's for sure that people with a foreign background were the most affected group. I have one case where one woman had a Dutch father and a foreign mother. She changed her name, and that helped her to get like a conversation with the tax government, because when she phoned with her foreign name from her mother, she could not speak to anyone. And when she phoned with the name of her father, that was a Dutch man, then she got the help she wanted, and she could pay later. So she could make arrangements. But now she has his name, and she doesn't want to have his name because he's not in her life. But she did it because she wanted to come in contact with the tax government.
That was the only way, so she could get support even.
So she had this experience. So this was the way the foreign people were treated. They were very resentful when they called and didn't want to come to the phone.
Yeah, horrible. I can't even imagine it.
Yeah, this was the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for the government, it is essential to listen so they can truly understand the pain of the people what they are going through. Now, the government has issued apologies, and the minister is working on a new path forward with faster compensation, algorithmic reform, and external oversight. And this is all so they can move forward and make sure that this will not happen again. From your position on the ground, do the families that are affected actually believe this response of the government?
I don't know if they believe it. They look at the government with distrust, so they don't trust the system. Some don't want to get child support anymore. So I think their glasses are colored, so everything they offer is like, first we want to see it and then experience it before we can trust it. But it's good that they changed the system and that they made apologies. It's helping that they are acknowledged in that they were a victim of the system. That also helps, but that doesn't take away the stress that will take a long time of treatment or conversations or help or whatever.
Yeah, but it feels right and it feels good for the people that are affected that they are acknowledged.
Yes.
That something wrong happened here.
Yeah, that's for sure. That was the first step. Yes.
Yeah.
It was a good step.
Yeah, and which is only fair, of course.
It's fair. Yes, of course.
And what do you think is still missing in the current response of the government? What would you like to tell the ministry and the Dutch government to hear loud and clear?
Like speed up the system, from taking care of everything to come clear with it. I think like every area has a different approach. Make it like one approach, it takes 2 years, and that's good. But I think there must be one approach. I think that's better for the better. But they're still learning. It's a learning system. There are a lot of people involved with the help and the conversations with the people. So, I think that one approach would be better, and they're trying. They've made a whole report of it, what is now to be bettered. So I think hopefully they can speed up.
Because now it is too complex for people to be helped properly.
Yes, it's too complex, and every area has its own approach. So it matters if you live in Amsterdam or you live in Arnhem. There are people from Rotterdam coming to Arnhem to get help. So this is also not a good system. No. Okay,
Louise, thank you very much for this conversation. But maybe more importantly, thank you very much for the real work you are doing and helping these affected people.
Thank you.
To our listeners, This conversation is just one of many we are going to have. The ministry is committed to transparency, accountability, and to listening, because trust is not rebuilt in statements, it's rebuilt in moments and actions. You have been listening to Lives Behind the Numbers, a podcast by the Ministry of Finance. I am Gijs Bos, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, stay transparent, stay critical, and stay hopeful. Goodbye.